Can I turn this old jazz record into a summery jungle drum and bass treat? So I don't actually think people realise how much work goes into this shit. Nice gatefold, bit of a coffee stain there or something. Wasn't me. Right, so yeah, it's 2026 and yeah, I've still been using this up until very recently, the 2500. It sounds amazing. User friendly? No. I've kind of been brave and I've got this, which is the original MPC Live. I think we're up to the Live 3 now, so managed to get a good deal on this. So let's see if we can knock something out of this. See what we can find. Loving those piano chords there. The Juno D as well, good for strings and stuff like that. It's cool noise. The delay. Some ravey noises as well. The little Hofner bass, we're going to get some proper bass lines in there as well. Per sub bass in between. Break. Second break. Is the amen overused? Yes. Do I give a shit? No. Together. Some of these sort of risers and the sweepers and the sort of all the little decor effects that really hold the track together, rather than just pillaging loop folders, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but if you've got one of these, why not even try and make something a little bit more creative? For example, so I treat the MPC like an ideas machine. So all my ideas go into this. I don't really do any sort of structuring at all on the MPC. You can do if you want to. It's just not the way I prefer to work. I find that if I get the ideas, I sort of treat this like a sketchbook, get all the sketches in here, and then what I will do is take them and I put them into the computer, and then I just think with the two screens you've got a lot more, it's visually a lot easier to see what you're doing in terms of structuring. And also I like to add things as well, which isn't always you know, as user friendly to do in the MPC, because you might not necessarily think of it until you're doing structure and you go, in fact, you know what, it needs this here, it needs you know, certain noises. So what I tend to do is certain sounds like uplifter sounds like whoosh, and cymbals and hits, and just sort of little sounds that you don't necessarily notice are there, but make no mistake, they do really complement the track, so they've got to be in there. So what I've done in this sort of sampling section, I've shown you the key ingredients that that we're going to use for this track, including the sample from the jazz record that we took, and some of the other sort of ravey noises which we've manipulated on the MPC. So let me give you a few examples of some of them sounds. Hit, riser type effects, so you can get really creative with sort of your drum layers as well, so much easier for sort of chopping bits up in this serious jungle way. Added a little bit of vinyl crackle texture for the build up. Yeah, it sounds weird, but trust me. But yeah, like a few hours in and we've got like a structure of a tune here. So, you know, these are little markers that I put in just to sort of help me, remind me where certain sections are and stuff. But generally, yeah, we're getting there now. So yeah, every sound that you've heard so far will be somewhere in there, and you'll notice that each one's got like a different letter, E, D, D, A, and that basically routes it over here to a bus. This is the sort of the way that I tend to do things. It's a pretty standard way of mixing. Bus A, yeah, start with the drums, so that's A, so anything you see with an A on is routed to the drums. You've got bass, you've got synth, FX, sample, and now these are sort of, these tend to change in different songs, so I might have a vocal one, I might have I don't know, different types of instruments, just whatever I think I might need to just have a bit more control of, I tend to make it into a bus. And then rather than me adjusting all of these individual volume controls, which are pretty much mixed anyway, I should in theory be able to just mix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channels. So I'm like trying to boil it all down to a smaller sections to make it easier to manage. And yeah, like I say, they all go into bus E, which is the glue bus. So that is it's just a pretty standard T-Rex bus compressor which I use, but I just like the way it sounds, and there's different settings which I sort of tend to tweak with a little bit, but yeah, I'm really liking the way this sounds. So this just sort of like joins it all together, gives a little bit of compression, and just makes everything feel like cohesive in the mix. You see all the lines here as well, so you have a lot of automation lines, just sort of making things come in a little bit smoother. There's also some like effects automation here and there, which looks crazy, but yeah, I think it sounds good. So yeah, there's a lot of different bits of automation going on. There's also some panning as well, yeah, between the left and the right speakers.
Check out live from the Groove website for details of the release. Check out live from the Groove website for details of the release. For the full version, check out live from the Groove website for details of the release. to my Groove website for details of the release.